Welcome to part 3 of personal growth. And guess what we're going to be talking about now? We're going to be talking about the man or the woman that's looking back at you in the mirror. So we are talking about the law of the mirror. You must see value in yourself and add value to yourself. Personal growth is the belief that you are worth the effort, time, and energy needed to develop yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you. You must know and accept that. You know, it was in the break, I was speaking with one of my cameramen here and was talking about potential. A lot of times we accomplish so much in life and we get comfortable, we sit back and we begin to relax. And we don't think about neglecting our true potential, because the things that we have already done, it's no longer our potential. Our potential is what we are yet to do. So this is why we can sit on our laurels and think we have it made. So each and every day we wake up, we must look in that mirror and ask the question, have I accomplished all? I'm here to tell you that the answer you will hear is a big, bold no. So, once you hear that question, you continue looking. Because everyone is looking to pass blames, when the only person you can honestly blame, as a matter of fact, hold responsible, is the one that is looking back at you in the mirror. Don't be afraid to look in that mirror. We can see a lot when we look in that mirror. And if we are honest with ourselves, we really don't need to go anywhere else, because the answer is staring us directly in our eyes. So, are you ready to be honest with yourself? Are you ready to be truthful? Are you ready to say yes to you? Are you ready to own up? Own it. Whether it's good, bad, or indifference, it's your stuff. So own it, because it's only when you own it that you can move forward. You got to know the advantage of powerful, positive self-esteem. How do you feel about yourself? When you look in the mirror, I mean, I remember my mother telling me that we never call it mirror, we call it glass. And she says, sweetie, when you put your clothes on, always look in the glass before you go through the door. And I'm here to tell you the same thing now. Look in the mirror before you go out. Not only about your dress and your attire and how you look, but look deep inside. What are you seeing? Are you comfortable? Are you happy? Are you satisfied with the growth that you're seeing on the inside? So you insert it like you go to the doctor, you know, the doctor put the things to look in on our throat. It's the same thing. You insert an inside mirror and look. Spiritual mirror, you're looking on the inside of you to see how you are doing and how you are feeling. If you have a no good self-esteem, that's what you're going to be getting, a no good result. So when you look in that mirror, what are you seeing? How do you feel about what you are seeing? Self-esteem is the single most significant key to a person's behavior. Do not allow anyone to talk you down. Don't believe the things that they tell you. There are some people who wake up every day and their true intention is to make us feel bad about who we are. Stop them dead in their track and tell them, I know what you say, but I am not accepting it. Because I've come to understand and realize that when people hurt you, it's out of their hurt. So try not to take it personal. But don't accept it. What they say, it's let it run off your backs like oil, water running off your back as if you oil it. And it's the same thing. When people say these negative things to you, you tell them up front, you don't accept it, and you look in the mirror and you say, Daphne, that's not who you are. And I do not accept what it is they just say about me. Low self-esteem, you know what that does? It puts a ceiling on our potential. Low self-esteem says, well, you can only go this far instead of doing that. Who is going to make that decision? You. If you buy into all of what they tell you, that's what you do, you'll put a ceiling on all those great potential that you are yet to accomplish. Look in the mirror, smile at yourself. There are days when I mess up and I look in the mirror and I say, Daphne, I love you today, but girl, I didn't like X, Y, and Z that you do. I cancel that and it gives me room to improve. And I'm sure that you can do the same thing. Do not be afraid. There are people who are so fearful of looking eyeball to eyeball with themselves in the mirror. I know people that go into their bathroom to brush their teeth and they do not look in the mirror at all. Start to admire yourself. Start to talk to that gorgeous individual that is looking back at you in the mirror. Try it and listen, email me here or call me and tell me how you feel once you begin. You're going to find out that you begin to walk with your shoulders high and you just feel good about yourself. Continue to use the mirror more. The value we place on ourselves is usually the value others place on us. So if you think that you are a no good person, that's what other people are going to think about you. When you look in the mirror, I want you to start to inspect what you expect. What you see in the mirror, is that what you want to portray to others? Do you need to put a coat of paint on? A coat of attitude? A coat of passion? A coat of smile? What it is that you need to put on when you look in the mirror? You got to be honest with the person that is looking back at you. Steps to build your self-image. Remember, it is your responsibility. It's not your parents, it's not your spouse, it's not the government, it's not the community. Surprise, surprise, it's yours. A lot of times people will say, well, you know, it doesn't matter. Self-image doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It does. We live in a society now where people judge us by how we carry ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. And we share this community with others. We share this planet with others. So you are not going to let them dictate who you dictates who you are. However, you must be presentable. You must have a positive attitude about who you are. Because some of us work with other people, it doesn't matter. Unless you live in an igloo, you're going to be around other people. So don't be confused with what I'm saying. They are not going to define how you are. However, you want to be acceptable and to be presentable when you are in company. Okay? So here are some steps that will help you to work on your self-image. Guard your self-talk. We all have self-talks. Some of us have positive, some of us have negative. There's a great book that I've read years ago, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, with Dr. Shad Hemstetter. And Shad is like the granddaddy of coaching. And that's a book that will help you. So, you know, pick it up in the library or something, and it will help you with your self-talk. A lot of times, the negative chatter that's going on in our lives is overpowering. However, we must learn to override those negative chatter that's going on in our lives. They are the chatter of families, friends, community, sometimes teachers. You know, you have been told you're not going to be this, that, the other, you're fat, you're this, the other. You know all the negative chatter that's going. So, as you look in the mirror, you are hearing these chatter going on in your heads. So it is your responsibility to create positive chatter that will override them. Whether you know it or not, you have a running conversation with yourself all the time. What is the nature of yours? Do you encourage yourself, or do you criticize yourself? If you are positive, then you help to create positive self-image. If you are negative, you are undermining your self-worth. Where does negative, critical self-talk come from? Usually from our upbringing. Relatives. You know, a lot of times I hear mothers say, you're just like, you know, good papa. Papa is a word for father in Jamaica. And, you know, or you're just like a drunken, gambling father. You know all the stuff that people tell you, right? And a lot of times, why do they say that? Because they're angry at the parent or the father, and they take it out on the child. So what happens? The child grows up feeling that they are no good so-and-so, just like their father. So there's a lot of times when we grow up and, you know, there's so much work to be done in our lives. So much work to be done. It's not impossible. All we need to do is to be persistent with working on ourselves. Add value to others. Remember, I think in the first and second segments, I spoke about the importance of making a difference. Have you positioned yourself to make a difference in the lives of the people you encounter daily? It doesn't need to be anything big and grand. Each day you pick out that one thing, just one thing, that you can use to make a difference in somebody's life. And it will help you to add value to their life. It's hard to feel bad about yourself when you are doing something good for somebody else. You know, so every time you feel like having a pity party for yourself, you can think back and reflect on, oh, I did this for Doris today, and this is how it made her feel. A lot of times when we find ourselves doing valuable things for others, honestly and truly, they are not the ones that are the benefactors. We are. because it makes us feel better than they feel, the person that you're doing it for. So, you know, a little soul searching for you. Do the right thing even when it's the hard thing to do. There's always somebody watching you. Whether you are aware of it or not, somebody is always watching you. And you know they say we all have a conscience, so don't wait to see the eyeballs looking at you. Do the right thing even when no one is watching you, because there's always someone that is watching you. All right? So do the right thing even when it's not the norm. Even when people are telling you, well, why did you do that or why didn't you do that? You did that because you know it's the right thing to do. Practice a small discipline daily in a specific area of your life. My baby is journaling. I love to journal. And a few months ago, I became part of the global gratitude log, where each and every day I log what I am grateful for. And it's amazing to see the different things that people are grateful for each day from all over the world. It's amazing. It is just simply amazing. Celebrate small victories. Again, I take you back that Rome was not built in a day. So just be consistent. Show gratitude. Celebrate. Treat yourself. Is it an ice cream cone or something? Do something for yourself once you accomplish something great. You know, it is, you look on this celebration and you might sometimes say to yourself, well, it's about time. I didn't do as much as I should have. That won't make a difference. It's hopeless. I'll never succeed. Or are there more like these? It's good that I did that. I did the right thing. Good for me. Every time and every little bit's help. I'm that much closer to succeed. I would much rather hearing you repeat the second statement instead of thinking it's about time. Who is putting time on you? We hold ourselves in a crunch all the time. When nobody else is watching, only us, we are watching ourselves. So remember to celebrate small victories. It's good that I did that. It doesn't matter the magnitude of what you have accomplished. I did the right thing. Good for me. It makes you feel good. You can elevate your shoulders. Every little bit help. It doesn't matter the time frame that you did it in. You did it, and that's what is important. I'm that much closer to succeed. And you pat yourself on the shoulder and you call someone, your mentor, your coach, or someone who is, supporting you or holding you accountable, and you share that with them. Embrace a positive vision for your life based on what your values are. Not somebody else's value, but your own. Do not be ashamed to express your values in life, because people who are afraid to express their values, they will fall for other people's values, and that can be very detrimental to you. So know what you're about, know who you are, and express your values. Do not be afraid to separate yourself if you are in a place where the values doesn't line up to yours. Do not be ashamed to separate yourself. Practice the one-word strategy. Do not be afraid to say no. If it does not match up to what you are about, say no. You know, I respect you, but no, no, no. That's not what I am about. And you leave with respect. You don't need to judge the person. You just know that that does not line up to what you are about, and you say, no, I'm not going to be part of this. And you leave them. Leave them with food for thought. Take responsibility for your life. Yes, our parents did the best they could with what they have. So it is up to us now to do the rest. So don't keep going around casting blame on them. If they had done X, Y, Z, things would have been different for you. Because you know what? Your kids are going to grow up and say the same thing. So take responsibility for your own life and where you want to be. You know, I have a little mirror that I travel with, and it's really not to fresh up my makeup. But each and every time I like to glance in that, especially if I'm on the plane or the train or something, because I want to be sure that I am expressing my best for people to see and I can attract. And sometimes people say, what are you smiling for? And I say, I'm just smiling with myself. And they probably think that I'm crazy, you know? But it takes some crazy people to let the world go around. I tell you, applying the law of the mirror to our life. Make a list of all of your best personal qualities. You stand up right before that mirror with your journal and you start to list them. Make a list. Few things that impact a person's self-esteem more than the way they talk to themselves on a daily basis. Are you aware of how you talk to yourself? If you want to feel valuable, add value to others, how much time every day and every week do you spend focusing on others? What we give out, we get back. So if we give out joy and happiness, guess what? We will receive joy and happiness. So, you know, call somebody sometime, just say, listen, I just called to tell you I value you as part of my life. Call somebody and say, listen, I just want to hear your voice. And that's what I call. Make it a point of your duty to make a positive impact in the lives of other people that are around you. I tell you, you are going to find out in a few months or so how contagious you have become in a positive way. You are going to find out that you begin to attract more people around you. Your energy is going to be different. Your vibrancy and elegance is going to be so contagious, you're not going to be able to keep people away from you. And you know one more thing? I would love to have you on the show here to share about what this new transformation has done for you. We are all in this together. We are a work in progress. And if I can do it, so can you. find a partner, find a sister friend, find a brother friend who will work with you on this personal development. I want to invite you to connect with me on Twitter, circle me on Google, connect with me on LinkedIn, and also on Facebook. The only thing I haven't had yet is the Instagram. I have to figure out how to do that. I need some help in doing that. So if you're listening and you know how to do that, connect with me. The other thing I'm looking for some quality volunteers. So if you like what we do here on the A New Day show, I invite you to connect with us. You can email me at dynamicdaphne12@att.net and let us know that you are interested in receiving training to work with us here on the A New Day show. You get 12 hours of training, phenomenal training. You get a certificate. It makes you become marketable because the knowledge that you're gaining here becomes part of your resume. So here you are getting a free training, and yet you can go out there and you look in the newspaper and you probably see where they are looking for a producer for a show where you're going to get paid for. So if you're listening, you like what I do, you want to have fun, you want to work with some phenomenal volunteers, I encourage you to be part of the best team here on Comcast, the team of the A New Day show. I have the best team here. So I'm excited that I was able to share this information with you, and I hope that you have found some value in it. And if you have a story that you would like to share, I want you to contact me here so we can have you share your story with other listeners. Again, you're called for a purpose, but in order for you to fulfill your purpose, you must focus on your personal development. I love you and I thank you for your support. See you.